Yo, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going manga shopping at Kinokuniya, as you can see, and honestly today I couldn't record in there live because it was so crowded, as you can see, so we're doing this voiceover style. And the first thing whenever you enter this Kinokuniya is the new release section, and as you can see, Bakemonogatari Volume 15 caught my eye, and then also Blue Period Volume 8 caught my eye. Next to it was also Shikimori and a couple volumes of Nagatoro there, and yeah, that was pretty much it for that section. Moving on to this part of the store, Vinland Saga Volume 1 was there, as well as Volume 8, Volume 10, and Volume 12, and honestly I do need to start Vinland Saga because I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I think that I would enjoy Thorfinn as a character very much. Maybe one day I'll start it, but hopefully one day, who knows. Also, When Will Ayumu Make His Move was there, and Witch Hat Atelier next to it. For Ayumu, I do know that it's a seasonal, I believe, and that it's airing, and it's also very much related to Teasing Master Takagi-san, so I think they're the same mangaka, so there's that. There were also a few volumes of Wotakoi. Rent-A-Girlfriend was there as well, filling the shelves because it is indeed the best manga ever created, so why would they not have a bunch of volumes of it? And then under Rent-A-Girlfriend was some more Shikimori, some Sweat and Soap next to it, some Sayonara Football, and then some Slime volumes at the end of that shelf. Unfortunately, I'm not as big of a fan of Slime as I was back then, but I guess it's still a pretty cool series. I do know that most people prefer the light novels instead of the manga, so there is that. More Blue Period is on the shelves, and Volume 1 was there. My favorite manga, would definitely recommend it. Zom 100 was also next to it, and I do love the covers and spines for it because they're so colorful. I think they would look really good displayed. They also had some sales at work there, some Drifting Dragons, which I have no idea what that's about. Some Grand Blue Dreaming was there, which I unfortunately cannot get into for some reason. I don't know, I just don't find it funny, maybe it's just me, and yeah, I gave it a chance, but it's just not for me. They also had some singles of Real, volumes 1, 2, 6, and 15, I believe. Rooster Fighter was there, which I heard is like One Punch Man but with a rooster, so that's pretty funny. Record of Ragnarok was also there, which I heard is really good, and when I look at the manga site that I use, it's very highly rated, so maybe one day I'll check it out. Tokyo Ghoul was also there, which was once upon a time my favorite manga, and Kaneki was once upon a time my favorite character, if you didn't know. And then this shelf was pretty much all JoJo's. So many JoJo volumes. I do know that JoJo's is a very popular series. Shout out to Ryan, my boy. It's his favorite series, so I do have to read it one day. I know I'm saying that a lot, but I have a lot of series that I need to read. And speaking of series that I need to read or watch, Neon Genesis Evangelion is definitely at the top of the list for that. I need to watch it. I do know it's pretty divisive, but I think that I would enjoy it. And then looking further, more volumes of JoJo's, and then Hell's Paradise, which, as you all know, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I did finish, and I guess it was pretty cool. They also had some Pun Pun Volume 5 over there. I believe it was 5, which I did finish, and I gave a 10. Spoilers. But yeah, Fire Punch was also on the shelf, which was created by Fujimoto, who also created Chainsaw Man. I want to get into that because I couldn't really get into Chainsaw Man for some reason. I'll try to reread it again or just watch the anime that's coming out in a few weeks. They had some Dragon Quest, Dorohedoro there, and then yeah, some more solo leveling as well. I do know that there are like 5 volumes of solo leveling out now, which is pretty cool. And then lastly, rounding it out was some Bunny Girl Senpai, which does have an announcement coming for the anime, I believe. Moving on. They had some High Score Girl, some Jahi, some Soul Eater, which I don't know if I should read the manga or watch the anime for. Let me know in the comments below. I do know that the anime has kind of its own style and flair, so maybe I'll watch it. Looking further, they also had some Kaiji. Not sure what that was about, but it did look cool, and it was an omnibus, so it did catch my eye. They had some Ascendance of a Bookworm, which I did hear is a very good light novel, and it also has an anime, so there's that. My Dress Up Darling was also in this section. It's crazy how much people forgot about Marin after the seasonal ended, but that's usually what happens with a lot of the seasonal girls. And there was also the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting, which I am currently watching, and it's a very wholesome series. Probably going to be one of my favorites of the season, if not my favorite. And then on this section was Berserk, omnibuses and singles, and some Gantz, some Mob Psycho 100, which is about to come out. I am super excited for that, and I will definitely be watching it weekly once it comes out. Then they had some summer rendering, and then some Yokohama, next to it. In this section, they had some Akame ga Kill. As you can see, this is the Yen Press section. Yeah, they had some Akame ga Kill Zero. They had some Bofuri next to it, and then Bungo Stray Dogs, as well as Black Butler on the shelf as well. And then looking further on this shelf, they just had a bunch of Bungo Stray Dogs. What can I say? They had some Vanitas over there, volumes 4, 5, 7, and 8. I say it every time, but I do want to get into Vanitas, but, you know, it is what it is. They also had Chitoge is in the Ramune bottle. I have no idea what it's about, but I do see it a lot in stores. They also had Gabriel Dropout, which is one of my favorites. Super wholesome series. Vine is the best girl. What can I say? And then down below was a lot of Attack on Titan, a lot of Noragami, which for Noragami, I do want to get into it more. I don't really understand the hype, but I do want to try to read it again. They also had some Mid-Spectre down there. And then I saw this on the shelf, which made me really excited. It's Higurashi. I'm currently on chapter 4 on the visual novels, but I have not touched it in probably like a month and a half, to be honest, so I definitely need to read it. I was able to find volume 1 of the series there, and I was very, very tempted to pick it up, but I decided not to. They also had some Horimiya there. I heard the anime is very rushed, so if I were to read it, I would read the manga, but spoilers, I kind of dropped it, so I guess it wasn't that good. But it has a big fan base, so yeah. They also had some Laid Back Camp, shout out to Kazu. And then the maid I hired recently is Mysterious, which I believe is a seasonal. I haven't heard much about it, but there's that. They also had some Nozaki-kun there, which is one of my girlfriend's favorites. Don't know why. And they had the Wraith arc for Madoka, which takes place between the main series and the movie. Would highly recommend it. They also had some Origairu manga there. I haven't actually looked at the art for the Origairu manga, but if I'm basing it off the covers, it's alright. They also had some volumes of Pandora's Hearts, ReZero, the Saga of Tanya the Evil. That's a pretty good light novel, I heard, and a pretty good isekai, so yeah. It also has an anime, but I don't know how that is. They also had some Spy Classroom. I always look at this every time I go in stores, and it just seems like a series that I'd be interested in, so one day I'll check it out. They also had some Takagi-san, which I was talking about earlier with Ayumu. And they also had some Hanako-kun, which, if you didn't know, is one of my favorite manga, and the art is unbelievable. And moving on to the light novel section, they had some 86, Adachi and Shimomura. I heard Adachi and Shimomura is very, very good, and I'm a big fan of Yuri, so I'm pretty sure I would like it. They had some Ascendance of a Bookworm there. They had Another, which is one of my least favorite things that I've ever experienced, so I would not recommend it. But that's just me. They also had some Bleach volumes there, some Devil is a Part-Timer over there, which is about to end, unfortunately, for the fans of that. Goblin Slayer was there, Full Metal Panic was next to it, and then they also had, I don't know what light novel that was, but it had a very, very interesting title, I'll tell you that. And yeah, looking at the light novel section, it's pretty much the same thing every week that I go. I honestly haven't been reading as many light novels as I would like to. I've kind of just been reading manga or watching anime late at night. I do need to get back into light novels, like The Invaders of the Rokujima, which was just shown up there. But yeah, hopefully I get into it soon. I need to get back into light novels and visual novels. It just takes a lot of time, man. So yeah, hopefully we'll get back into it. Solo Leveling light novels were over there, as well as the Mushoku Tensei light novels. I heard the Mushoku Tensei light novel ended, and they just released the final volume cover recently, so if you're a fan of that, that's something to look forward to. And then looking forward on the shelf, they also had some Toradora. I wanted to like the series, but I just couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. They also had some of the world's finest assassin there, and then the Nishio Ishin section with the Monogatari box sets, as well as Zaragoto below it, as you can see there. I also appreciate that they put the reading order there for those who don't know. And then moving on to another section in the store with manga, Assassination Classroom was there, Black Goater, Blue Exorcist. As you can tell, this is the Shonen Jump section. They also had some Boruto, Burn the Witch, Chainsaw Man there, and Call of the Night, which really interests me. I thought that the beginning was very solid for the anime, and I was very enticed to read it. But the last couple of episodes have been kind of whatever. They've been exploring the side characters who I'm not super interested about, but I get why they did that. And hopefully they shift the focus back to the main two. Demon Slayer was there as well, Dr. Stone, and Dragon Ball. I wonder if Dr. Stone's ever going to get new content for anime. We'll see. Fly Me to the Moon was there. I don't know if they're doing a season 2 or if they just did the OVA for that, so yeah. And then the rest of the shelf had a bunch of Haikyuu. I do know a lot of people love Haikyuu, and it's a sports series, so I'd probably like that because I enjoy sports. So maybe I should check it out. Let me know. They also had some Jujutsu Kaisen and Hunter x Hunter, which did recently get announced is getting a volume 37. So for all the Hunter x Hunter fans, you're finally getting your volume. Happy for you guys. Kaguya-sama was there. I really wish they had more Kaguya-sama in the stores I go to. They really don't have a lot. So yeah, they had some Komi Can't Communicate as well. My Hero, Moriarty the Patriot was next to it, which, I glanced at, but didn't really focus on. A bunch of One Piece, though One Piece is indeed real. More My Hero Academia, as you can see. A lot of mainstream series here, so yeah. Spy X Family was there as well, which is getting a season 1 part 2. So technically a season 2, or the second core of season 1 if you want to be technical. But yeah, Spy Family, I think it's really good for all the flack that I give it as a joke. But yeah, they also had some Twin Star Exorcists there, which I did say what I was going to start. But I never did. That's usually how it goes with things. They also had We Never Learn as well, which is probably one of my least favorite harems, as well as Undead Unluck next to it. And then rounding it out was Seraph of the End over there. And then in this section, the 7C section, they had The Demon Girl Next Door, Made in Abyss, which is getting a seasonal. I've heard it's pretty good. The world building, I've heard, is amazing in there. So yeah, not something I'm really interested in, but if I do need to watch something, maybe it'll be that. They also had some Blue Giant, the omnibuses there, as well as some Haganai, which I did watch when I first started watching anime, and I was really not a fan of it. The Great Pretender is there as well, which I've heard great things about. I did remember watching the first episode, but I just haven't really watched it since. So there is that. And then they had one of my favorites, New Game Volume 13. Love the cover. Love how it's a lot different than the first volume where Alba's shy. The last volume really does show that Alba has grown. They also had Pompo, which is a funny thing for me. If you know, you know. They also had some Dragon Maid there, some Ashuko Tensei, Monster Musume next to it, Non Biori, which it's really chill, but I don't know. I need to watch more of it. I want more. Monogatari manga was there, the Blood on the Tracks manga, the Nagatoro manga was there, the City manga was there. And looking at it now, damn, these Blood on the Tracks spines look kind of crazy. More Nagatoro, as you can see, and then the Pretty Boy Detective Club manga. Yeah, there's a Pretty Boy Detective Club manga, which is pretty interesting. I do know that the light novels are out and only 3 are translated. That's kind of the thing for some reason with the Nishio Isen series. They kind of only translate 3 of them. So yeah, it's with that and Zaragoto. And then as you can see, there was a VTuber section with Hololive and Nijisanji. That was really cool to see because it's nice seeing it expand. And then as you can see, we're making our purchases here. I did kind of spend a lot of money here, I'm not gonna lie, so be on the lookout for what I got.
Okay, so that's basically it for the Kinokuniya manga haul. I know it was a little different in that we did voiceover, but it was way too crowded to record in there. But we were able to get some cool stuff. First off, we got Blue Period Volume 8, which is the newest Blue Period volume to come out. And I'm pretty sure it's almost caught up to the Japanese serialization, so that's pretty cool. But we also got an art book, Red Queen, by Akasaka Ai, who is the illustrator for Hosho Marin, as you can see here. The VTuber Hosho Marin, one of my favorites. So yeah, I was able to get this. Total came out to about $54. The Blue Period volume was 13 bucks, and then the Red Queen art book was about $42, and I had the Kinokuniya membership, so it gave me a small discount. But yeah, with all that being said, I appreciate y'all watching the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if you like the voiceover style. It'll be pretty good feedback, so I know if you guys prefer that or the live recording stuff. But yeah, thanks for coming back to the channel. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.